friends, this is Jessica, the Sweetwater Stitcher, and today is Monday, August 25th. I hope that you guys have had a great week. I hope that you find some inspiration from my video today. Thank you so much for stopping by if you are returning, and welcome if you are a new subscriber or you just found my channel. We had a busy week. We are getting back into the swing of things with all the sporting events and practices and homework and all of the things, but I have managed to squeeze in a little stitching time, and I was also teaching myself via the YouTube University how to crochet, and I have a start of a project to share. I did manage to figure it out. I did over the summer, I crocheted my son from a kit, a small dinosaur. And after I did that, and I was watching the videos along the way, I wasn't just doing it by myself, but I felt like I should be able to figure out how to just make a blanket or the granny squares, which I had tried before and had trouble like grasping exactly what you were supposed to do. Even after I paused the videos, watched different people, it's easier for me if I'm sitting in person with someone. But I have managed to figure it out, and I'll show you my progress on the blanket I started, which will take a long time because I'm not just crocheting, I'm also still stitching, and I have some sewing projects I want to work on this week. So hopefully after I record the video and get it all uploaded, I'm going to do a few sewing projects. But I am going to the framer tomorrow with my friend Carol, and I wanted to have one more thing to bring. So I'm going to show my most recent finish, and then the other two pieces I'm going to take with me to the framer. So my first one, I decided to get this out, and it was between this and Gifts of the Season, which I do want to also, I don't know if that's going to be this week. It's kind of going to be when the mood strikes, but I really would like to get that finished and framed. So this is from the Sweet Land of Liberty book by Blackbird Designs, and it's American Eagle, and I was able to finish it, and I love it. I did use, for the most part, the called for colors. I did change this dark red to Red Rocks. This is supposed to be the same color, but I did use the Antique Rose here, which is what this darker red is supposed to be, but to me it's more pink. And then I forget the color the words were supposed to be, maybe Antique Rose as well, and I used Wood Rose for that. And then the blue is supposed to be Tin Roof, and I used Dublin Bay. So I'm very happy with my finish, and I am going to get this framed. I'm hoping that the framer will have some type of a patriotic frame. The one that they use in the book it has like stars. It's all monochromatic though, and that's kind of what I'm hoping I can find. So that was my finish. And then these are the other two pieces I've previously showed, but these are what I'm going to take with me as well. This is Noelle by Blackbird, and this was from the Kitten Stitcher Advent box from last year. So I'm assuming maybe Alma will be releasing this year. And that, to my knowledge, it was already a release or something to that effect. This is on a 40 count. And the American Eagle, this is on 36 count gray by Weeks Dye Works. And I kept going back and forth because I kind of have a love-hate relationships with the Weeks Dye Works fabric. I love the color, and sometimes I enjoy stitching on it, and sometimes I don't. So I do have a large piece going on it, or two large pieces actually, and it's fine, but then sometimes I feel like even the Zweigart based can be loose, and then I'm just not enjoying working on it. So I definitely feel like it's a case by case, piece by piece to decide if I want to use it or not. This piece, however, I I have found some other similar colors to Weeks Gray as far as fabric goes, but this piece, I love the vintage vibe the fabric gives, and so I couldn't not use that. And this is the other one. I've had this done for a while as well. This was the sampler I did for my youngest daughter, Madison, and this is on a 40 count sand, and this chart is called I believe it's My Little Sampler, and it's by Running with Needles and Scissors. And I used loosely a color conversion by Rebecca Parker, and you can find her on Instagram. And I just looked at her picture and then picked colors that looked similar, because I'm pretty sure, if I'm remembering this correctly, she didn't have them written down, but kind of remembered loosely these were the colors. So I just looked at the picture and pulled colors. But I love this, and I can't wait to get it framed as well. So I'm excited to take those. They're all smaller pieces, but they're too big to make into a pillow. And I would like to have them framed, not mounting them on a wooden piece. However, I do have over here, I still need to take this apart. This is a small sampler this is actually the piece right here. It's from Annie the Proper Stitcher, Margaret Kendall. And I am going to take this out of the frame I had made, because it's a long story. I'll just leave it at that. There was a bit of a saga with it, and I am going to paint one of Chantel's 141 Design Company, one of her paddles, and put this on that. And then I'm thinking about Annie has another marking sampler that has a lot of different colors. I can't think of what it's called. I have it kitted. But doing some of her samplers and then mounting them on the wood pieces and kind of making that into a display. So you can frame them, you can mount them on wooden pieces. Chantel also has another product, which is what this new release from Brenda Gervais is on. This is on a board from Chantel. The board is a 6x6 board, and Chantel is calling this specific board the thread mark, because it will have the With Thy Needle and Thread mark on the back. However, if you have not this piece, but a different piece that you want a custom board cut, it's just going to be a plain wooden board to whatever size you want. She has that as an option as well, that you can buy from Chantel at 141 Design Company. So I will link that below if you are in the market for just a wooden piece to mount your stitching onto. That's another great idea besides framing, if you have a larger piece. And it's escaping me what the exact name of that is. I'll put it in the below. Let me write myself a note to link those boards, but they're a great way to display your pieces. Okay, so that was my main project, the American Eagle, and that was what I did get finished. Then last night, I have been stalking the people who have gone to summer school at the Attic to see what all the beautiful projects are. And the theme of summer school at the Attic Needlework, if you were not aware of that retreat going on this past weekend, was the 250th anniversary. So all the things were going to be patriotic. I have massively been in the patriotic stitching mood, or whatever you want to call it. I can't get out of it. I keep trying to start fall, stitch on fall, move, or stitch on just regular everyday samplers, and I keep starting one or working on one, and then I keep being drawn back to the patriotic, which is completely fine. And I feel like at this point, it's just whatever I'm in the mood for is what's happening. But I'm in a massive patriotic mood. So since I wasn't there and I wasn't able to get my hands on that amazing Plum Street piece, and my other favorite piece I saw this weekend was the Fox and Rabbit sampler that they made, and they also made a needle book, and the other things were beautiful too. Those were just the two that I was like, I need those now. But I wasn't there, so I don't have them. But I decided to pull this out to pretend like I was there. I don't know, whatever you want to call it. This is American Sampler, and I started this last year. It was last summer at the Stitch Florida retreat hosted by Alicia the Fanciful Flamingo and Annie the Proper Stitcher, and that retreat is actually coming up in a couple weeks. It was at the end of July last year, and this year they moved it to the mid to end of September, and I am going to that. And so I had started this there. I'm using a Belle Soie color conversion that Carrie Tiger Lily Designs, she had created, and she finished hers. So if you want to see what this will look like finished, go over to Carrie Tiger Lily's page. But I did pull this back out, and I got a little bit done on this. I figured I'll keep working on this until I want to change. And so what I worked on last night, and here's the Belle Soie. It just brightened it up a little bit. The house is a little bit darker than I wanted it to be, and I really loved Carrie's. And this is all Belle Soie, and the regular chart is kitted in just overdyed floss. So I am enjoying using the Belle Soie. This is on 36 count Winter Brew by R&R. And so what I did work on last night is I was working on trying to get all the rest of the bricks done so I can fill those in, finish the house, and then I'll move to the other parts. So there's still a decent amount to work on this piece, but I thought this would be a fun one to start with. And I also decided to put a few of my larger Patriotic stitches, which this is included, on a decision wheel, which is an app that I have. And the app I have specifically is called Spin the Wheel, I think it's called. And I put the samplers in there. And I just put the patriotic ones I wanted to work on. And my thought is I will either work on the one I picked, which this week I just went ahead and picked whatever one I wanted, which was American Sampler. So I'll either stitch on it for the whole week, and then over the weekend I'll spin the wheel and it'll make my decision as to which the next one's going to be. Or I'll work on this for 3-4 days and then spin the wheel. So I just put them in. I'll see how it works. If I want to keep this in my basket all week long and I don't really want to pick out another patriotic larger piece, then a week will be good, or I'll separate it down. We'll see. But I thought it might be a good trial to see if I do the decision wheel, because I was having a hard, I have some starts I want to do that are bigger patriotic. I want to work on some of my bigger patriotic whips, and I was just having a hard time making a decision, and I thought that might be a good idea. So that's how that came to be. Okay, that's not a whip. The other project that I worked on was my crochet. And what I'm making, and I think I have a picture. Let me see. It's called My First Blanket, and it is by Tiffany Hansen. And this is pretty much what it's going to look like in the end. Yes, I'm not starting with the tiny project. Pretty much what I am interested in trying to knit some socks. I don't need hundreds and hundreds of socks. I really am interested in using the crochet and knitting just for like an extra kind of palette cleanser or something to bring with me. So I don't necessarily, I mean, I'd like to have this done super quick. I don't really see that happening, but just as something to use my hands to create something, the rhythm of the activity. So the fact that this is probably going to take a long time is not bothering me. So I have this in a bag over here, and it's probably going to be kind of hard to see, but this is what I have. So I do have the full width of the blanket, and you're not really going to be able to see it. And so I guess it goes this way because I started a new row. So I have been doing the thing. And the good thing about this pattern, which is why I chose it, so if you are not a crocheter and you're interested in trying it out, is I chose the pattern because I'm trying to find the business card. I'll just tell you where the shop is in a minute. But I chose this pattern because after you cast on a certain amount to whatever size blanket you want to make, and I'm pretty sure even the first row across, it's the same stitch. But then I know for sure, once you go back to the second row, it's the same stitch every single row. And once you get the hang of it, it's easy to remember. So it's not perfect, and that's fine. This is the first blanket I've ever made, the first real crochet project, besides I guess the dinosaur was, but so I'm excited about this and just using it as a relaxation. The other part is, if I'm done stitching for the night, or I just am so tired, I want to do something, but I just can't, like, looking at the pattern and all that stuff is too tiring, or the thought of it, then I could pick up the crochet project. And I also did start, which I left it downstairs, I started a knitting blanket that I can share as well. So just a couple different options of things. It's not going to take over. Stitching is my first love. This is the yarn that I'm using. And the store is called Knit Necessities. And when I went into the store, I had never gone into a yarn store before. I was talking to the lady and told her that she was the owner, that I was a new knitter/crocheter. I wanted to make this blanket. It needed a lot of yarn, and so she recommended this brand because it was cost effective, because I had to buy a lot of it, and so it wasn't like buying a lot of hand dyed. This is commercially dyed, she was saying, and so I thought, so I just picked out a color that I liked, which I liked this. It's kind of like a pinky red, and I'm excited. And I do have the yarn Swift, but she did cake up 2 of the skeins so that I could just go ahead and get started, and I didn't have to get the Swift out. I do have, I don't have a project with this yet. This was the first skein of yarn I had that I was trying to, before I bought the Swift, I just was making this into a ball. I didn't know what I was doing, and I made a huge disaster of this. However, I put this in the bag to try to do a little bit of the, to try another granny square again. And so I did buy some stitch markers just from Michael's, and I have those in a tin. I have a couple different size crochet hooks, a measuring tape, a needle to weave in the ends, some scissors, and I'm using, this is a sew together bag, and I purchased this her name is Strawberry something. Strawberry Quilt Cake is what I want to say it is. She had a long time ago, she had these, this is the only one. She had made this, it's with Liberty of London fabric with the English paper piecing on the front, and I love this so much. And so I put my crochet things in here, and then this is in my bag. And this strawberry bag I bought from the Tinsmith's wife in Comfort, Texas, and I've had this for a while, but it's by 65 South is the maker of this bag, and I have had the bag like to put cross stitch in, but then my project bag seemed to be coming out the top, and when I needed a bag to put the crocheting in, I thought, well, that's the perfect bag. So that is my crocheting story. And it's definitely a journey. So I have some haul to share. That's pretty much the projects I've been working on. So I did go, and you guys will all think that I'm silly, but my cross stitch shop, which is Needle Orts in Altamont Springs, they had gotten in the Brenda Gervais charts, and I have also ordered these as well. So you will all be benefiting from my second purchase. I'll give the other ones away once I get them, but they had these, and I went ahead and went up to the store and purchased them. So the new Brenda Gervais Autumn Trio, and this is the one I want to start immediately. And I have the floss for it, and also Quaker Snippets, and this is the one that's on Chantel's board. And I love this because it is a smaller version of her larger, it wasn't called a Quaker. It was like, it feels like fall. This to me is like a small version of that. So I like that. But these, I'm hoping to start this week, and I will work on these like as my small, and then I have my large Patriotic. And this I also picked up from Needle Orts, and I'm thinking I'm going to try to start this. This is me trying to start fall, and this is called Grateful and Willing, and it has the flag at the top. And I didn't have, this is from this release. I think this was the only one I didn't buy. I don't know why, but so I bought it this weekend, and I'm planning to start this. So those will kind of be my 3 projects. And I'm thinking about doing it on this beautiful piece of, so this calls for Saltbush, but I got in an order from Count on Linen, which is Jill in Utah, and her Canyonlands fabric, I feel like is going to be perfect for this. And this is all of the, let me see, it's going to be kind of hard to show because my DMC I just bought at the store today. But let's see. This is the floss on the fabric. I think it's going to be perfect. And as soon as I got this fabric in, I was like, I want to start a project on it, but I didn't know what. And this is what it's called. Canyonlands, and the dyer is Count on Linen, or Linens. And I have a couple other pieces I'll show you when I get to that bag, but I just thought this would be the perfect combination. So I'm really excited about that. And I previously had started a project on another piece of her linen, and then I decided I was going to hold off on that project. So I do have, I think it's called Salty Lake. It's another really pretty color. I think she said that one, because of the composition of the dye, she can only, and the water or so, I don't understand the dye process, but she can only dye that in the fall. So I would highly recommend that whenever that comes out. So that's my other piece. Some of these are being held in this amazing bag that my friend Jordan made me as a birthday present. I love it. And I immediately, when I got the Brenda things, I thought this is the perfect bag to put my fall, a couple of my fall pieces in. So thank you, Jordan. So that's don't worry, I have more. But that's a little bit of kind of what I want to work on this week and some haul. And I did also pick up Manor at Swan Lake, which I have a start on this, but I wanted to get the new printout of it. So that's the other one. And my friend, I picked up some for my friend, so I have those to give her. And then let's see, I just got a little bit of floss. Okay, here's the linen. And this is, let's see. Okay, Count on Linens with an S. And this is how you spell it. So I bought a piece of Zion Sunset. Very pretty. And Park City Lights. All of these I got in 36 count. So I'm excited to put these in my thing. She also was so sweet and sent me this Jane Austen charm and some beeswax. And she has, and I'm pretty sure she sells the beeswax too, but she has a lot of the Jane Austen things. Trying to figure out where to put all of the things. Okay, let's see. Oh, this was also from Needle Orts. I bought some more of the thread milk. I love those so much. Oh, this was mine. I'm also using, this is a basket I have from 1803 Farmhouse Baskets. And I don't know what this basket is called, but I feel like this is a good size as well for the crochet. And, okay, one more thing from Needle Orts I bought. They are selling the painter's thread. So if you live around here, they have the painter's thread. This is the rickrack that has the little bit of silver in it. And when you put it on your finish, I think it looks like you have little beads with the rickrack. So I bought the red in hopes of trying it for a Christmas finish. I also got just some more Picture This Plus Oaken. And then someone so sweetly, and I don't know who this is because it doesn't have a name, they so sweetly sent me this We Live in Hope. So if that was you, can you send me a message? But thank you so much. That was really nice. I was excited to get that. I think it might be, oh, two more things. Okay, so I did buy some yarn because I was watching this lady who was making this amazing crochet project, and she had used this brand of yarn. It's really fun because it's like variegated. So we'll see. I went ahead and bought the colors that she used because I really liked I liked the blanket, and I didn't know if I would be able to get them. I did get in as well from Willow Cottage Quilt Shop my AccuFactum fabric, and these are the colors that we got, or the fabrics I should say. Very pretty. Probably project bags of some sort. This way. Very pretty. I really like this one. That blue color is really pretty. And then a couple more things. So I made a purchase from 5 Times Blessed. Nancy Mills. I love her things. And so I purchased this tomato fob. I think I have the strawberry already, but I got another strawberry. And then since I'm doing all the Patriotic, I got an America fob. And then she, as a little thank you, sent this one, which is super cute. It has a crown and the Eiffel Tower. So I'll have to get a bag made up for that. But that was fun. I did also... that was from... have my face wash in here. I also bought another one of these trays, which I had talked about. Oh my goodness, where's the... I will link his shop again because, of course, now I've lost the... I lost the card and I had kept it in here. I showed these shaker tray... Oh my goodness gracious. I am just having a... Hold on a second. This is the Etsy shop. I bought this on Etsy. It's called the Shaker Maker Wood Shop. And I shared this before. I bought the black shaker tray from him. Bo. He's very nice. And it sounds like from his message... we were messaging back and forth that some of you have also gone to order. So, and you can, I'm sure, attest. I did end up ordering the white tray. I would like to put some of my pillows that I need to, that's also on my list to make. Some of the little things I was talking about making, I would like to put them in here. And, or I can switch them out. I have the black tray. But this is very well made. It's easy. I mean, it's like made to, he makes them quickly is what I'm going to say. And it's, the quality is really good. So if you are looking for a shaker tray, he has, white, black, and he has the natural wood. And then he also has oval boxes. So if you're looking for that, I highly recommend his shop. All right, this is the last thing, and this is like the showstopper, is I did get a bag from Nicole Patterson, and you can, how did I order this? I messaged her. I believe you can message her on Instagram or Facebook. Instagram, Facebook. I should have asked her before I'm telling you this. But I've seen other people who have bags made, and I got her to make me one. And yes, I can make tote bags, but this is large and has all the tiny squares. So, and she does a great job, and I want to support other people too. Just because I am able to make things, I like to support other businesses as well. So she made this. This is out of the Tilda Wallflower collection. It is amazing. And on the back is just this solid piece. It's all quilted. All of the squares are quilted. It has the bag is huge. Has nice big handles. I cannot wait to take this to Stitch Florida with me. So if you're going to Stitch Florida, come by and see the amazingness. And then she also made this extra little bag to put stuff in. So I am so excited for this bag. I can't wait to use it for my retreat. And if you have been around for a while, you know I can't pass up a good bag. So that is my show, pretty much. I do have the giveaway winners from last week. I also have some giveaways for today. And the giveaways from the previous video, someone did respond, and I am getting that out in the mail today. And then I'm still waiting for 2 other people to respond. So I think it's like a couple videos back, but it's the winner of Margaret Kendall and Celebrate Harvest. And if those people do not respond in the next week, then I will put these back in and re-give them away. But I do have the name and address for a Wonderful Life pin keep, and that's going out in the mail. So if you are a winner of one of these giveaways for this week, please send me an email to sweetwaterstitcher@gmail.com with your name, address, and what you won, and I will get them in the mail. So, number 1 square dance. The winner is Stitchy Cats -123, and it says that your name is Sandy. So congratulations. Number 2, which is the Ghosties and Gourds. The winner is Andy's Mama. Harvest Moon. The winner is Stitcher with the Laughing Face. The winner of the Shelf Life ones is Linda Ducharme, Ducharme. Esmeralda's Blackbird. The winner is Vicky Finney. And the Simply Signs chart is Charlotte Buchanan. So if any of those are you, if you can send me an email, like I said, and then I'll get those in the mail in the next week. All right. Then for this week, I don't have a specific question. So if you just want to leave in the comments, actually, let me take that back. Put in your favorite appetizer recipe. Or you don't have to put the whole recipe, but just put what it is. As football is starting, it already started this past weekend, a few college games. It's really starting this weekend big. Put in what is your favorite appetizer recipe to bring to either a party, or if you have it. Some nights for our dinner, we will just have like 3 or 4 appetizers, and that's our dinner. So put what your favorite is, and maybe I'll make it for something. So, and this also, if you are looking for something new, you could peruse the comments for next week. So put that, and then you're going to use the number 1, 2, 3, etc. For what you're interested in. You do have to be a U.S. resident. You do have to be over 18. And you need to be a subscriber to my channel and like the video. And then obviously leave a comment. So number 1 is going to be 3 of the designs from Scary Apothecary by Hands On Design. And the first one is Broomstick Fuel, also Bat Balm, and Bitter Brew. So you will win all 3 of these. And that's number 1. And also with number 1 is just some coloring cotton floss. They don't have names on them, and that's just extra. They don't have anything to do with the charts, but that's just extra. So that's all number 1. Number 2 is Christmas Ornament Book from JBW Designs. This is number 2. Number 3 is Margaret Doyle by Hands Across the Sea. Number 3. And number 4 is going to be 3 quilt patterns. Oh my goodness gracious. It's going to be 3 quilt patterns, and the first one is For the Frill of It. Then we have All American, and I do not know how to say this. This is the third one. So that will all be number 4, is you'll get all 3 of these patterns. So like I said, leave a comment, your favorite appetizer recipe, and you don't have to type the whole recipe. You can just put what the name of it is, unless it's something very specific that you can't look up the recipe and you want to share it. If you don't want to share the details, that's fine too. But if you're interested, you can put that in the comment as well. And I'm excited to see what you enjoy bringing to a party. One of my favorite recipes it's a sausage dip, and it's sausage, like you cook the sausage and cream cheese and I think it's Rotel tomatoes. I haven't made it in a while, but I love that. And then you can pair it with either tortilla chips or Fritos. That's a favorite of mine. And what's the other one I love? I mean, I love queso. There's another dip that I like, but I also like, and I don't know if this is like something common, but my mom would make it. It was a Pampered Chef recipe, and I haven't made it in a long time either, but it's a veggie pizza. So you use a Pillsbury pizza crust and you bake that, and then you mix cream cheese and ranch dressing to make the sauce. And then you cut up all different kinds of vegetables and you put it on top with some Parmesan cheese and you cut it into like squares. That is a favorite of mine. And that was a Pampered Chef recipe from a long time ago. So those are just some of the favorite things that I like. Fried pickles, jalapeno poppers, any easy things, chicken wings, all that stuff. If you can't tell, it's about to be lunchtime and I'm getting hungry. So put your favorite appetizer in the comments and then whatever you're interested in winning. That's what I have for today. I'll see you next week and I'll talk to you later. Bye.